I've heard of audience participation shows, but this is ridiculous.
Welcome along to Friday Night Shite. Guest number one is predictably late. What the hell was that?
That was guest number one.
Well, I don't know where he is. If anybody's seen guest number one, please do allude him to the fact that he is scheduled to be on a show tonight. Hey, you gotta love it. With me tonight so far is Estephobos. I was just going to keep it nice and cozy tonight. Just me, you, and Swappers. Hopefully, Swappers will be along very shortly. In fact, you know, we'll just have a quick chat while I send him a very hurried text message. So, what have you been up to this week in the world of pop culture, Estephobos? What have you been doing? Anything interesting?
Well, it feels like I've been hitting myself in the head with a hammer, but what I've actually been doing is watching the conclusion of several new streaming shows, such as
Here he is.
Alien Earth and...
Sorry to interrupt you, Estephobos. I was just texting you, Swappers.
Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you all right.
Oh, that's good. All right. Yeah, no worries. I was looking for the link and I was looking in the wrong chat for it.
Anyway, Estephobos was just telling us what he's been doing this week in pop culture. So I'll let you continue.
I think in the immortal words of Mr. T, pain. I tried to watch Peacemaker. I tried to watch Alien Earth. Even the show I was most looking forward to, Terminal Dark Wolf.
You were telling me, you tell me about that. And I started watching it. And then life just keeps getting in the way all the time. So I keep trying and trying and trying. But it's just, I don't know, it's not working out for me time-wise. But you tell me it's just jumped the shark, gone wokey, did you say?
Not woke, it went stupid. But I will say this.
In what way? In what way did it go stupid, though?
Okay, I'm getting there. Other people, while admitting their issues, don't seem quite as bothered by it as I was. But dude, I was raised on, Frederick Forsyth, John le Carré, Lynn Dighton books, Ian Fleming books. Like, I like my spy thriller plots, tight and sensical and
you like your spy stuff like your women, dark and gritty.
I was gonna say dark and tight, but
is that actually a thing? Does that exist?
Well, plotting has been described as tight, like a tight narrative, efficient, and
logically like a tiger.
I never expect the Israelis to be in league with the Iranians, though.
Don't. I know. You're just using that as a comparator.
Yes,
yeah. But geopolitics, any kind of politics, any kind of religion, strictly forbode.
Oh well, this is like
keep telling you. We'll let you off because just let me explain. We'll let you off because you are our token boomer. Okay.
All right.
You get a pass. Just this time, though.
Can I use Latveria and Wakanda?
No, because
those aren't real countries.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, they are made-up countries. But you should be in your aisles tonight because Peacemaker kind of came true to Z3PO's fruition. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. Swappers, what have you been doing this past week in the world of pop culture?
Not a massive amount, since there's so much crap. I'm kind of vicariously watching it through everyone else.
That's a dollar store word if ever I've heard it.
And most of them, all I'm hearing back is like, oh, this started off great and then it went shit. And it's just the same template every single series or movie that I'm hearing.
It's bait and switch, isn't it, to be fair?
That's the strategy now, isn't it, with Hollywood? So with Alien Earth, though, I mean, I can't believe I got excited about what was the movie that came out not so long ago? Not Prometheus. What was it? The last one.
Covenant.
Romulus.
Romulus.
I was getting excited for that, right? And I thought, wow, could they have actually got it right after all these years? Could they finally have got it right with Alien? You know, they were showing a load of practical effects, some really amazing stuff like the radio control face hugger and stuff. I was getting really kind of jazzed for it. And I thought, could they have people that really genuinely like the franchise working on it and want to see it return to its glory days again? And right up to the release, I was getting excited. And I thought, let's just hold back and wait for the reviews on this. You know, you never know. It could be terrible. Sure enough, it was terrible. There were a lot of people out there saying it was good, right, to begin with. And they all kind of backtracked and changed their tune not so long ago.
What, like me? On my first review of... The thing is, it was a classic bait and switch.
Yeah.
The first one, I thought, whoa, this has got some potential here. And it did its usual trick. It turned out to be an absolute shit show. And I quite freely admitted that. And I said to people, I'm not doing a second review because it's, you know, we've got conned by the bait and switch.
Mm-hmm.
And why should I waste my time reviewing something which is just obviously, you know, once they've got you in the door, it's a bit like a gateway drug, isn't it?
Yeah, because you then think like, oh, well, I've got to see how this ends now. You know, it is usually the way. And then they know they've got no steam for like the second half of the season, but you're hooked because you're invested for the first 3 episodes. So therefore you've got to keep watching.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's only one thing I actually enjoyed about Alien Earth. And that was when it was, I'm going to give a bit of it away, when it was revealed that Aid Edmondson's character, Atomines, was a synth. I knew that was coming anyway.
Uh-huh.
But it was so good to see him like be in I'm going to kick this bitch's ass mode.
Was that why he froze in midair? He just like froze like he was paused.
Well, it turned out that because he was on the network, this Wendy character has full access and can just manipulate things because she's the Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Oh, she is the bestest ever. Listen, they have one trick up their sleeve. It's not even bait and switch because you could tell how stupid it was going to be. Anyway, they make it look like the old stuff. They have the nostalgic visuals down. They have the production down. But even on the first, like none of the plot threads or the presentation, even in the first episode, you had all those people clearly acting like idiots. They're on a 60-year space mission and they pick the 7 dumbest people they can possibly find. Like this is a job for the Earth's best and brightest. And this is the only thing the writers could come up with. This is a ship full of the Ahsoka's Thrawn. I meant to do that.
Oh, we don't mention Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That show is just fucking dire.
I did not even know you watched that, Trev.
Well, yeah, you got me. I did, but...
oh, hello. Who was that then? Is that Eva Green? Bloody hell, Nora, look at that.
I saw it as a necessary evil.
I see it as an unnecessary evil.
Yeah.
I see it as the best they can do, and it is weak.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of a trick. It's a little bit of a scam. They're still trying to fool you. They figure if they can make it look like the old Alien, then we won't notice how bad the storytelling is.
Well, this is why a lot of channels that I subscribe to were all excited about it, and now they watch the first few episodes and they're like, "Hey, this is really good. I really enjoyed this." And stuff. It's because they fooled us again with the previews and the trailers and things like that, and then, you know, as Trev said, pulled the rug out about a few episodes in. That was it. It was kind of stopped being about the alien and was all about some girl in a robot suit that can do everything, and she's the greatest ever at whatever.
She's the best ever.
So it's for Mary Sue, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
of course it is.
The idea of putting children into robot bodies where they are permanently locked in the stupidity of children, like were they expected to ever get smarter? Were they supposed to be? Because Wendy certainly seemed to be instantly clever. Yeah. And the other girl, Wendy's rival, what's her name?
Nibs, yeah.
She at first, you know, seemed to be extremely competitive. Oh yeah, and for a bunch of robots that don't have emotions, They are certainly all over the place, emotionally speaking.
But they do have emotions because they've just done a straight. Even though this is totally implausible, they've managed to find a way, right, to actually transfer consciousness.
Well, they haven't really quite established that. In fact, that was one of the questions this show really could have explored, but instead chose to go the stupid way instead.
Right, just unofficially, hello to everybody in the chat who's in there. Hail to everybody. Rodent comes out with a good comment here. Romulus was the first 20 minutes of Star Wars Han Solo, and then just Rob Zombie's Halloween. I wouldn't even go as far as that, to be fair, would you?
Not by the sound of it, no.
No, I just thought it was an absolute shit show.
I mean, fair. I've not watched the show, right? But this picture you're putting up right now looks like a Skegness hangover. You're
right. It does. And not in a good way. I'd go as far as to say it's an Ingelmals hangover. And if you don't know what Ingelmals is, it's like the worst place you could possibly go for a holiday ever.
Speaking from experience there, are we?
Yes, I am. Oh. I was that man.
This is actually an Uber lying on the beach waiting for its driver Tentacles to come and take off.
Well, looking at this picture of Alien Earth, this is the next film. AVC, Aliens versus Crab.
I just noticed the crab,
yeah, on Arthur's dead body. But the thing was, yet again, my favourite word for this series is bias. If you hear anybody else using that on any other streams or channels, I came up with it first, so fuck you. Bias, bloke in a suit. And it definitely is. You're going to have to bear with me, lads, because I am going to have to do this picture by picture because I didn't get enough time to get everything done. I thought this was quite interesting.
What is this? A burping competition? What the fuck am I looking at?
I don't know.
It's the battle of the do-rags. The xenomorph is very jealous of her perfect do-rag.
Yeah, well, Dame Sylvia is laying flowers on the graves of the children, and it just turns out the xenomorph's hungry, real hungry, in a world where the xenomorph is hungry. So they come along, and we get a member berry, whereby you get some pulse rifle action. Meanwhile, the kids are all locked up in jail, and Boy Cavalier, who's just fucking super annoying. He's just more interested. He's lost interest in the kids. He's more interested in doing a bit of sheep shagging, methinks.
That's a typical Let me ask you, why is she treating it as if the kids had died if they hadn't actually had died? She's laying stones on their grave as if they're gone, not as if they had their lives saved and were transferred in robot bodies.
Well, the children that were are technically dead. Their bodies are dead, the original bodies. What they've got now is a digital simulacra of what's left.
Right. Not their real consciousness, not their souls, not actually them. Because if my mother who passed away, if she had transferred in a robot body, I would be hanging out with mom, not going to visit her gravestone. That is just absolutely, I wouldn't think of her as dead at all. So these kids were actually murdered, and they just
but in the name of science, though, you know, well, in the name of science.
Oh yeah, I love that. What happened to them? Science. That was the episode before, but no less idiotic.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It at this point, it's beyond stupidity. You know?
Oh, well beyond. Like the Acolyte, Ahsoka, that's regular stupid. This is an entirely new magnitude of bollocks. I don't even. We need to invent some new words to describe just how dumb this shit is.
Pig fucking hunk of shit. That might be a good start. That's a classic line from Orgasmo. Anyway, I'd like to say a massive thank you to our executive producers, Stark of Iron and Paul Dutch Dicko, and to our producers, Andrew Broadbent, Melvin Deeply, and Z3PO, who help keep the lights on. If you've just joined us, Friday Night Shite this week, thank fuck it's over. Alien Earth, bye-bye. Peacemaker, There's a bit of a racist shocker. And then we have a look at the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. It sucks bantha bollocks. It does indeed.
Spoilers, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to play at the risk of getting a copyright strike, I am going to play the trailer in full. I can't see Disney having a problem with that, because technically we're promoting their product. Who wants to see another callback in the finale of Alien Earth? Because this was a callback to Alien Resurrection, where Ripley ate.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You look down in the bowels of the Auriga, and you see Ripley on the floor. Exact reproduction. And I noticed there was a couple of lines in this as well. You know, you could count me out with those things running around.
Oh, no.
Visual nostalgia. That's all they got.
And they had to give it to an actress of colour to deliver that line. Bill Paxton must be spinning in his grave, bless him.
I think I have an idea. Do you know who Anna Nicole Smith is?
Yeah, she was the person from Baywatch who married a severely ancient and dying old man.
Right. She was notoriously stupid. She made a movie once where she was playing a helicopter pilot and have a little behind the scenes thing. A guy tells her the line 30 times in a row and she can't deliver it. So if she had a baby with Joe Biden and they took those babies.
Going political again, Boomer.
Well, I'm just.
Go, Boomer.
Give me a dumb guy. Just give me a non-political dumb guy. If she had a baby with Pee Wee Herman.
There we go.
They put them in a paint mixer for super shaken baby syndrome and then gave them half a dozen frontal lobotomies. Those would still be Einsteinian in intelligence compared to this show.
True. I like the analogy there.
Okay, I'm not sure Pee Wee Herman's that stupid, but you know.
Yeah. Well, Wendy's doing a thing. She's doing the do 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 do. I actually reached out to a guy who did a cover version of the theme tune to One Man and His Dog, which was a TV show on British television, Phobos, about sheep herding. Apparently, it was a big thing in the farming community over here. So the farming community had their own show on BBC Two on a Sunday. Around tea time, wasn't it, Swappers?
Must have been around about that. I remember hearing it when I came in for like something to eat. So yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, not many people watched it. So Wendy's doing a do-do-do-do. Well, anyway, the guy didn't get back to me. I asked him, I said, could I use that and accredit you for it? But never heard anything back. And I didn't want to ask forgiveness instead of permission. Kirsch actually gets a good scene in this episode. It takes on the cyborg Morrow, which a totally implausible fight, because any human at all in taking that kind of punishment, it just would not end well for anybody. So they have a bit of a battle royale, and then Kirsch comes off second best. He gets his spine broken.
So he was an android.
Who?
Guy with the white hair, Kirsch.
Yeah, it was. They made no bones about it. From the get-go, they said he was an android. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I just assumed everybody in that compound was synthetic.
The only real shocker, and I kind of thought this at the beginning, was Aid Edmondson's character of Atom Hines. He was the shock reveal as a synth, but not really, because it was one of those where you kind of saw it come in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did anyway, but that's just me. Well, anyway, Kirsch manages to get one over on Morrow because he chokes him the fuck out.
Nice.
But the thing is, Timothy Oliphant, I find that a very hard name to say. Timothy Oliphant has actually got some fucking moves, but then again, he was in Hitman. He was the original Hitman, wasn't he?
Yeah. How do you choke out a synthetic who doesn't need to breathe?
Yeah. Well, no, the other guy's a cyborg.
Oh, so he does need to breathe.
He does need to breathe. Morrow's the cyborg. Kirsch is the actual full synth. Anyway, Boy Cavalier realizes that he's losing the grip on everything, and including his toys that he's got bored of. But when he's got superpowers, he's connected to the network. Does anybody else get the reference, or is it just me? They keep going on about the network. Now, Wayland Yutani's Deep Space Network was called the Network, and everything that happened in the alien universe anything that was recorded on a computer was always sent back to network. Now, that was a line in Alien 3 that Bishop gave Ripley, if you remember.
Yeah.
The company knows everything. It all goes back into the computer and gets sent back to the network.
I just assumed that was, for recording and archiving purposes.
Maybe so, but don't forget there is a new fan rumor started by somebody called Trev Retro. Trying to get him on the show, wouldn't come on.
Oh, who's that moron?
I don't know. I'm getting that a lot lately. I'm reaching out to people, and people just don't want to come on the show. Maybe it's my deodorant. I'm not quite sure. But fan theory that I kind of concocted was that Jones was a synthetic and a kind of a backup flight recorder aboard Weyland-Yutani ships.
Yeah.
So anyway, Boy Cavalier realizes he's kind of lost the plot now.
All those cyborgs look alike to me, by the way, so I can't tell.
But thing is, girl Gingerbot, she's completely lost her shit. She goes batshit crazy on some guard, and it does get quite bloody. I have been pulled to one side and been told that red stuff, YouTube doesn't like red stuff, so I'm trying to keep that down to a minimum today. So she's proper lost it. Boy Cavalier realizes he needs to get the fuck out of there, so he does do. In the meantime, everybody, all the guards and stuff, all the soldiers are having a hard time because of bloke in a suit. This has got to be about the worst xenomorph ever in the entire series.
This looks like Alien 3 outtakes to me.
It does, doesn't it? It could be Tom Woodruff for all we know inside that suit.
Yeah. I've seen the behind-the-scenes shots from that movie. They look just like this.
Did you ever see the Did you ever see the outtake from Alien 3 where they got a fucking whippet?
Oh yeah,
a whippet in a rubber suit, trying to be the runner.
Yeah, it didn't really work, did it?
No. So it just got more and more laughable. In the meantime, Atom Ines, because Boy Cavalier wanted somebody weak for the eye thingy. I forgot what they called it. Some rather convoluted name. But Atom Ines cons Wendy's brother to go to meet her, and he goes to this room, and there's that sheep thingy in there waiting for him. It's kind of like, the MedLab scene. I thought this was a callback to the MedLab scene in Aliens. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where where Carter Burke gets gets Newt, and he opens the stasis tubes for the facehuggers.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is the right scene. If not, I've titted up. And it turns out the old sheep gets ditched, and then the eye facehugger. There we go. That's the eye hugger. I think that's a better reference. But you were telling me that you were about puking, weren't you, Esther, over this?
No, not this one.
Well, what were the puke emojis for?
Oh, wait, now?
When we were talking about Alien Earth, and you were like, ugh, and I'm like, it must be good.
Oh, that's just the story.
Right. Show. I was expecting the turd emoji.
I didn't want to offend feces like that.
Oh. Well, anyway, Wendy comes in at the nick of time. Wow, I did not see Mary Sue Roboto coming to save the day, but she does.
Doesn't she look about twice as thin in the finale as she did in the premiere?
Well, you know why, don't you?
Does it rhyme with Fofempic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other weight loss drugs are available on the market, but I liked the reveal of Adrian Edmondson's character, Atom Ines, being a synth, which Boy Cavalier made when he was 6 years old. Now, I find that incredulous. I find that absolutely, utterly butterly bullshit, to be fair.
He's not smart enough to make a poo-poo like this guy is.
But I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius. Yeah, okay.
I remember going around about 5 years old, saying I was a pirate and an astronaut, that didn't actually mean I had a spaceship and could.
When I was 6 years old, all I wanted was that wind-up Evel Knievel motorcycle toy, which I never got.
Yeah, but it didn't make you a stuntman either.
Oh, it did?
What, I did get that, right, after seeing the advert on TV.
Jammy bastard.
Being blown away by the advert, I would not shut up about that toy. And I did get it that Christmas. It wasn't all it cracked up to be, so you're not missing out on an awful lot.
I remember having a go, and I remember you had to keep your foot on it to really get some good traction on that cranky wheel on the side. Yeah. But this was a good scene, actually, because Ade Edmondson got to throw her around like nobody's business. And I thought that was quite good, because nice to see him. Because the thing is, his face, he just looked like fucking Viv.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They're just getting, do not lean out to the window. I wonder why.
Why would a 6-year-old build a synth that looks like an old man?
Because his dad was a drunk. He built the synth to replace his dad.
Ah, I see.
As you do.
Does he look like Daddy?
I think he must have modelled him on his father.
See, I'd see a scene like this, and I just expect Rick Mail to be in there as well, and they're having a massive slapstick argy-bargy in the episode of Bottom.
You have to be careful with that word now, because they might expect a top in to be equal equity. But the thing is, this fight takes place. Wendy kicks the eye thing away from her brother, and it decides this is a bit too much trouble, so it fucks off down a cable gland. But have a guess, because Wendy is like the Mary Sue and she's on the network. Have a guess what she might be able to do, Swappers.
Oh God, no! Don't tell me she's going to be able to use the cable network somehow to track the eye alien.
No, she says stop to Viv, Atomize, rather.
This is how she freezes him. Oh, my God. No.
Yeah.
The answer is anything. She can essentially do anything.
Yeah. If it's connected to the network, she can manipulate it any way she sees fit. And she can do it at will without even thinking about it.
Jesus Christ.
They'd sort of picked up on it early on, but it wasn't really a thing. But yeah, anyway, Viv's done. And things start getting a bit dicey, because, oh dear, Boy Cavalier is in full body armor now because he's making a run for it. Like any typical leader, when the shit hits the fan, it's like certain, I hate to say politics, but, you know, countries that have political ideologies and it goes south and people rebel, you know, like in Asian countries where the former leader ends up naked and chucked down the side of a canal, if you know what I mean. Yeah, things have gone like that.
At least if this was a comedy, like an Austin Powers movie, his office would be able to turn into a spaceship and he would just be able to eject straight out of there. He wouldn't need to walk down any kind of hallway to get to his escape craft.
Oh,
but no, the show
bloke in a suit.
Smart enough. Yeah.
Bloke in a suit again.
That xenomorph looks half-assed to me. If that's CG, I don't care the design.
No, it's not CG. That is obviously it's been enhanced with CG. They've added the tail because the suit, you know, they add a bit of light and reflection to it, don't they? They enhance it in post. Do you know who I think they should have got to play the xenomorph? And it might have been half decent. Doug Jones.
Oh,
yeah, agreed.
Look at the head. It literally is half an ass. If you put another one together, you get both cheeks.
You said head.
It is. The head does look like one butt cheek. Literally half an ass.
I hate the liberties they've taken with Giga's design. And they just sort of, oh no, it's going to be our alien now. For absolutely no reason. This thing came out of a human, presumably.
Do you know what it came out of?
What?
It came out of Wendy's brother's lung.
Oh, so therefore it still should look like a human-born xenomorph.
Oh, yeah. But they took the embryo out of a screaming facehugger, and it looked like a fucking tadpole. In fact, do you know what it looked like? Can you remember the creatures in The Faculty?
Yeah.
They looked exactly like that.
Oh,
it looked like a little clear, transparent tadpole, paramecium or whatever.
Exactly. But look at this. This is totally CGI. And I don't think $35.2 fucking million. And what does it get you? Shit.
Money laundering.
Well, they've spaffed that fucking money something chronic. So anyway, that alien's about to take out Boy Cavalier, but do. She's whistled to it. Come by. Left turn, ship. You know, she's got a real purty mouth. I'd like to make her pray for me. Anyway, moving swiftly on. One interesting little tidbit. When the remaining soldiers that kind of parody the Colonial Marines, they find one of the other creatures what's finally got to make a second appearance. This plant thing, it's like a Venus flytrap, but it eats flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets this woman here and she starts firing off her fucking pulse rifle. Those pulse rifles are a travesty. According to the timeline of the Alien and Aliens universe, the pulse rifle hadn't technically been invented at this point.
No, you're right.
Not this model, anyway.
No.
Well, this is the exact one they used in Aliens, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, at this level of technology, they would have gone through at least 3 models in 60 years of upgrades. Yeah. Speaking of upgrades, why didn't Mr. God, what's the butler name?
Atomines.
He should have been upgraded several times if he built them when he was 6.
Yeah.
Like, this guy doesn't believe in patches or Windows updates, for fuck's sake.
Don't, because I've had a lot of trouble with patches and updates. Yeah. My favorite editing software for imagery had a new update today, 2.6.4. And it said, do you want to upgrade? Yeah, I'll do that. Did that, and it just would not fucking run. So I was getting a net framework runtime error. And you tell support in the forums, and they're like, so, get a better computer, asshole. So anyway,
I was gonna call him Higgins. That's who.
My God, Magnum. My God, Magnum. Yes. Oh, I would love an android of John Hellerman's Higgins. My God, Magnum. Oh, come on, Higgins. But Eye Creature finds Arthur's body on the beach. How did it get from that compound all the way to there in such a short space of time?
The sewer pipe just lets out into the jungle.
I think that is a convenient plot hole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like that's the only one. This whole show is nothing but a convenient plot hole.
There's more fucking holes in this than Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
So
but
anyway...
Normally, they would dump out into the water, like if they did have a sewer pipe like that.
Yeah, possibly so. Anything happening in the chat? Let me just have a quick... Right, I'll catch up with everybody in the chat. We're nearly at the end of these images. But I liked how they just dumped Kirsch on a bench. I kind of got that Star Wars prison vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I saw an interesting clip of Chewie actually had dialogue. Peter Mayhew actually had lines.
Yeah, I've seen that a few years back before they added the Wookiee sound over him. Yeah,
that man's crazy. You said it, Chewie.
It makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's actually, you see it in context and you think, wow, that is fantastic.
Yeah, I thought that.
And then it went on to Empire Strikes Back, where he's repairing the Millennium Falcon. Where the bloody hell have you been?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That's brilliant.
All right, calm down. Oh, yeah, you say that now. You're going to chuff off for a pint, aren't you? You're not come back. Anyway,
so great. I love it.
The arseholes of the story realise they're a bit buggered, really, and they all get stuck in the slammer. But wait till you see what's coming. I found this fucking laughable.
Hang on a minute. Right. How did he escape the xenomorph? I can't remember now. Is it Wendy stopped it?
No, Wendy's controlling it.
Fuck, why did she just let it get him?
Because she wanted them all penned.
Oh, for fuck's
Wait till you see this, then. This is going to make your arse laugh. Ready? Right, because there's two... The one that came out of Arthur is semi-developed now. Wendy's controlling both of them. And the other one has attached itself to the other one like a big brother.
Oh, dear. Well, I suppose it's something we've never seen before.
Yeah, camaraderie and brotherhood in the hive mentality. But it goes on to some convoluted really bad cross dissolving. Noah Hawley has a real thing about doing bad cross dissolves. So I thought, I'm not taking any pictures anymore, any more screenshots. You might notice the screenshots are a lot better all of a sudden. I'm very impressed now. I've got rid of my former movie capture system, VLC. Thank you, everything, but time has come. I just thought this was just utter bullshit.
It looks like the alien's it's playing with the toy of itself. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and the younger Xeno doesn't look quite convincing.
No, not
and
at
I
all.
noticed the one that's the larger one, the one that came out of Marcy's brother's lung, aka Wendy, how it took so long to mature, because they took less than 4 hours to go from chestburster to fully grown xenomorph. In fact, it was less than that, because after Kane's body was ejected, they started looking for the xenomorph, and the timelines are roughly 2 hours. So from birth to fully grown was 2 hours.
I think they, even though he was still gestating in a human lung, they fed him a lot of Flintstones vitamins.
Oh, do they still do those? I used to have those when I was a kid. They tasted fucking awful.
So he grew faster, and that explains why the alien has those odd artificial dye colors.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, so catch up with the chat. Anything interesting in there so far? Lots of people just agreeing with us, you know. What do you think, chat? I'm bringing you into the foray now. There we go. You're up on the screen now. So your thoughts on Alien Earth? If you've seen it, what do you think? If you haven't seen it and I've spoiled it for you, I'm sure you're fucking gutted. Would you be absolutely gutted, Swappers, if you didn't see it until now?
Yeah, I think. Oh my god, I'm gutted just hearing about what's going on secondhand. I've been waiting for the show, and I thought I'm not going to watch it until everyone else has watched it, right? And then I can kind of dive in once I've kind of heard about certain things. I'll decide then. And I was just thinking, right, okay, we're off to a good start. Great, I'm looking forward to watching this eventually.
Yes, you are, Franco. Sorry.
And I thought, I can't wait for it really to get going, and I can jump in like 3 episodes late. I don't care. I'll catch up. And then just the inevitability of hearing it go south and it turn out to be nothing to do with aliens whatsoever. That was enough of a gutting thing for me. But I should just never get excited about anything, because it's always going to end up like this way now. Every single thing that gets released, nothing's great anymore. Apart from what was it? That dinosaur movie that came out a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I know.
I heard that was really good. I haven't watched it yet, but I've got it downloaded. So.
Primitive War is good. It's fun, and it's like the Godzilla -1 of Jurassic Park movie. It costs like $7 million, and it looks better than Jurassic Park Afterbirth.
Isn't that an irony that some of these films that are coming out now, made by hungry upcoming directors and the like, are doing these really great movies on fuck all budget, like less than 15 million, and they're doing a better product than Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things that's happening is that all of these production entities are actually owned by Disney. They're subsidiaries, or they're owned by the company that's making the overall picture. So it really doesn't matter what the cost is, because they're just moving money around within the company.
Anyway, your final, Swappers, thank you for your final thoughts on Alien Earth. I just have to interject and say this was the worst setup and the worst cliffhanger and the worst finale completely. And it doesn't really set things up well. I think Noah Hawley automatically thinks he's going to get a second season. So therefore, he's made this episode just an episode. There's no real continuation. There's nothing. There's no setup for the next season.
That's what I heard. Yeah. There was no cliffhanger. It just ends.
No, it just ends.
As far as we know, he made another episode. They're just saving it for season 2.
I think he thinks he's automatically got a second season.
Oh yeah, and I think that's adorable. But the other point, like if they're just moving money around, the reason they want these things to appear to cost so much is so they never make a profit and they never have to pay off dividends or residuals.
I think they've definitely made a loss on this one. Noah Hawley spaffed that money. He must have so much coke and hookers in his dressing room than, you can shake a stick at. So thank you guys for your thoughts on that. I just want to play a little teaser, a little taste of things to come. And we'll have a quick chat about what you think about this.
This December, Just Great Movies explores the greatest science fiction franchise of all time.
I'm super stoked. I don't know about you.
I could do with revisiting those. I really could.
Well, you'll need to, because in December, at the beginning, obviously we're doing Star Trek the Motion Picture at the beginning of December, then Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4, and Star Trek 6. Excellent. Not 5. There is no 5.
Well, as long as you're stopping before the Kurtzman JJ era, we're all good.
Yeah. There is no fucking J.J. Abrams era.
Correct answer. Thank you.
But I got goosebumps. Well, I made that earlier on, and I thought, oh my God, I've got goosebumps.
Mm. It's just a reminder of better days, isn't it? That hit of dopamine you get from nostalgia, but also knowing how great sci-fi used to be and how it could be if there weren't arseholes in control of it.
I've just had a text message on my phone. Trev, please play that again. That was awesome.
Yeah, go on.
You sure?
Yeah, go on.
There we go.
This December, Just Great Movies explores the greatest science fiction franchise of all time.
Oh, honestly, hairs. Text message aura. Nice one, dude. Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. Anytime. I'm not playing it again. Perhaps in the next hour. Right. I'm going to give you guys an option. Do we do Peacemaker now and save Grogu for later? I think we will. I think we'll do Peacemaker, then we'll do Grogu. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, do that.
Oh, dear. Oof. I am beyond disappointed. But that's a different matter entirely. I shall save my disappointment for a little while.
Yeah.
How disappointed are you going to be if it's a total spaff?
Well, I don't know what spaff means, but judging from the context, I'm going to assume it means not good. That's exactly what I'm expecting. So I will not be. I was saying 400 million worldwide at most. Now I'm thinking maybe 350.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. But I was a bit apprehensive about Peacemaker, and I thought, God, this is going to be terrible. And I was half right. I was half wrong. I was actually half impressed with this episode, and that to say it's James Gunn, I was like, what? Did you get a chance to watch Peacemaker, Swappers?
I've not watched the entire season.
Lucky bastard.
I heard so many people raving that season 1 was good.
It was great.
I watched the first episode and I wasn't taken with it like everyone else seemed to be. And I just thought, oh, this is James Gunn try hard humor. I can't get into this. And it never really hooked me at all. It made me cringe, if anything. So I never watched the rest of the season. So I never got into this season either. Just as well, really, because it turns out that I haven't had one person say anything good about it at all.
No, this season, like me and Z have been saying, it's mainly been filler. And not in a good way, because it's just, why is there a reason for this episode? Why does this episode exist? If I was making a show like this, everything would have to have a reason. And even in the editing suite, I'd have to be, right, I've got to justify why that's got to be there. Is that relevant? Get rid of I'd want to get rid of all the dead weight. I would not want any bloat whatsoever. And I don't think, fans deserve that, to be honest.
Well, I mean, if you have got bloat in your show, you're just making work for yourself, aren't you? Because you've got to deal with stuff that shouldn't be there. It's going to take up more money, more resources, more time. Why would you consciously do that? It makes no sense.
Well, we know the reason for this episode. We know exactly the reason for this one.
All will be revealed. But at least I got the colours right. The new screenshot system works fantastic. So anyway, we start this episode where they're all in like a bit of a diner celebrating the kaiju win from the other week with the other universe hardcore along with Keith and oh god, what's it? It's White Dragon, isn't it? Played by Robert Patrick. And some kids are like, "Oh, mom, we want to go and have a photo taken with the White Dragon," and they all get the photo took. And do you know something? Jennifer Holland scrubs up rather nicely.
Yeah, she's quite nice.
I think she looks really good in feminine clothing. But 90% of the time in this show, she dresses up. She's very butch, in a non-lesbo way. Franco says, "Vibrant slides, Trev." Thank you. That's what I wanted. I wanted things to look good. So obviously that's a photo being took. I like Keith. He's sort of like, even though he's the older brother, he's kind of very reserved. He's very down to earth. But there was an interesting thing there. All the faces slid off the faces. It all went warped and weird. So back in our universe, the gang, the 11th Street, 13th Street Kids, 11th Street Kids, they've got a stupid fucking nickname, haven't they? So anyway, they turn up at Adrian's house. Adrian's vigilante, of course. And they've got that, the doorway device. So Adrian's mum's just sat there minding her own beeswax. And Adrian talks to his mother like shit, like, "Shut the fuck up, Mom!" The hell was that? Did anybody hear that?
What was it? What did you hear?
Like in the background.
No. It sounded like an echo from you.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of tired of that old trope of the kid, the man living with his mother. It's tired.
So they're going down to Adrian's little secret basement man cave thing. And his mum comes down and she's like, "Oh, it's finally nice to meet his girlfriend." And she's like, "What the fuck?" And fucking Economos. What a stupid name. He's a pointless character. John Economos. He looks a proper fucking neckbeard, doesn't he? Wokey, arseholey type. He's the kind that would report your post to Facebook.
Looks a bit like a diddler to me.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He's very pedo.
Well, that's the whole point of the show is to ridicule, men. So of course he's going to be.
Well, of course it is. That's the narrative at DC now, isn't it? To be fair.
Yeah.
And orange is the new black, or is it black is the new orange? And what did I call her the other week? I think I think she's an interesting character in this. She's gonna play dividends later. And he's like, "Shut the fuck up, Mom!" So he looks back and he's like, "Yeah, you're a fucking asshat." But the thing is, they go into his little secret bunker, and it's filled with millions of dollars, not only in cash but also in drugs. He swaps over into his costume. There's fentanyl, cocaine, weed, you name it. They've got it all there. And she's like, "You borrowed $30. You borrowed $30 off me last week for a Happy Meal. $30 for a fucking Happy Meal. And you're rich." And he says, "I can't use this money, and I can't do anything with all this. This is evidence." So he's technically a fucking multimillionaire, not only in money, but also in street drugs. And he's not just got regular kind of money. He's got all kinds of different cash, whatever those greenbacks are over there. So guess what happens next, Swappers? The fatigue is real.
Oh,
what do you think might happen?
I don't know. They all decide to take some.
Here we go. Straight down into the fucking fish box. They all start plundering his cash, and then he turns around and they're all nonchalant and shit.
Just while his back's turned.
So they need a doorway to construct a new interdimensional doorway with that device, and they discover that Adrian's a Beanie Baby collector. He's hard as fuck, and he can do all this ninja shit. and he collects Beanie Babies, and he's other various toys as well. So she sets up the interdimensional doorway, and she says, "Run!" And interesting consequence. Funny this, right? Robert Patrick's character, White Dragon, set this up in his bungalow, right? Why didn't it blow the fuck out of his house? Because when this thing sort of activates, it creates this humongous explosion. But the thing is, it rips open the bags of cocaine and fentanyl and weed and covers everybody with it. And they're not off the tits.
They would be dead, but she just saw this happen, last week. She knows what's going to happen. She does it anyway.
Yeah, well, you see, she's not that bright, to be fair. So they go into the folded dimension, not ripping off a TARDIS at all.
Yeah, what she's lacking in brains, she makes up for in body fat, though. I'll give her that.
Ooh, you bitch. That's fat shaming, you bastard. We'll let you off, though, because you're our favourite boomer, and that's why we love you. And they find a whole slew of Peacemaker helmets. See, White Dragon didn't make any of Peacemaker's helmets. They're already in storage within this folded dimension. So this is the door they need to go through to access the alternate universe. And she says to Economos, Hardcore says to Economos, we're going to get through this. And he's like, oh, I'm a bit fucked. I haven't got all my equipment. And Adrian just goes, yeah, it's 1479442. And it's like, what? So they all go through into the other dimension. And they all comment on, well, Chunky Chocolate in the middle. Oh, God, I just said something racist. I do apologise. And Keith kind of walks in. The rest of the crew hide, and Hardcore's there. He's like, what are you doing? And she went, oh, I had to, I had to get dropped off. I needed to do a massive shit. Like you do, Like you do. So she says, oh, I've come...
to be linked to Superman, right?
There is a link to Superman in this episode, a very big link to Superman. And she says, oh, I came back for this. Chris wanted me to put it on my desk. And he's like, I don't think he would have done because our mother gave him that on her deathbed. So meanwhile, in another part of this reality at Hardcore's place, old John Cena's been banging the other Hardcore. Did anybody watch the Netflix pay-per-view of Cena's last match?
No.
What a fucking shit show. He was wrestling against Brock Lesnar.
Oh, God.
And he lost like fuck. And I had forgotten how bad WWE was. How fucking stage managed it is.
Well, the government events, televised events, are all taken over now anyway, haven't they? So WWE's got some catching up to do.
The last pay-per-view I saw of Cena, he was sucking China's cock.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That image won't leave my mind. Anyway,
I thought that's all he does.
Hardcore gets a lift to, I forgot the name of the organisation they work for now. And I said Argus. It loads last week. Argus, that's it. Right. I said it loads last week. And she's contemplating there's something missing in this society. You don't see something. Meanwhile, old Peacemaker, he's riding into town on his gay Peacemaker bike. He actually does look quite Nazi in that helmet, doesn't he, if you think about it?
I was going to say soft focus filters are what's missing in this universe.
I notice there's a lot of bad focus in these shots. That's not on me. That's on whoever was the director of photography for this episode. Not doing a very good job, I'm afraid. So anyway, back at Argus headquarters, our version of Hardcore gets stopped by a dog saying, oh, you're covered in illicit substances, ma'am. You must have drugs on you. Obviously, it's because of the explosion in Adrian's basement. That's just reminding me of something. I've just said Adrian's basement. Does anybody watch Adrian's Digital Basement? I like that channel. One of my favorites.
They didn't even clean up after taking a bath in cocaine?
Well, the thing is, sniffer dogs don't need a deal to get a towel, do they, to be fair? Dogs have got fantastic noses.
Yeah, but you might want to get the obvious stuff off,
It's all right. There's a bit of it. Destron says Argos, laughing my ass off. Perfect. And then Rodent says Argos is also good for cheap jewellery. Yeah, it's the modern day version of Ratner's. So, anyway, not doing so well tonight with these slides. She gets stopped and she says some rather unsavoury things to this guy about shoving that snow globe up his arse. Meanwhile, Adrian visits his alternate house and he walks in and he's like laughing at all the differences. Like Cheerios are slightly spelt differently in this reality. Cheerios. Yeah. No, nothing like product placement at all. So he goes down and he wants to see if his keys from his reality open the doors to the basement in this reality. And he's like, yeah, they do. And he walks in and then there's another Adrian. He's like, who the fuck are you? And then he goes all Father Dougal. It's me, I'm you, but from another dimension. And they're like, woo! And they're both a pair of ding-dongs, essentially. Meanwhile, Eagly's there. Not there in the basement, but back at Peacemaker's house. Making a mess in the fridge. And meanwhile, Rick Flag Sr., look who he's gone to pay a visit to, Swappers. Talk about cross-promoting your failed franchises.
No way, that's not Nicholas Hoult.
No,
yeah, it's Lex Luthor.
I thought it was Jeeves from Alien Earth.
No, it's not Atomines. Yeah, it's Nicholas Hoult. Yeah, he's in jail now, and Rick Flag Sr. has gone to visit him.
Rick Flag Sr. I don't know who that is. Is it? It's not. Can
you remember Joel Kinnaman's character in the Suicide Squad?
I haven't seen either of those films.
Oh, well, there's a character in there called Rick Flag. Well, this is Rick Flag Sr., the guy who just doesn't look like he'd be Joel Kinnaman's dad, even in a TV show.
It looks like Frank Grillo from this angle.
It is.
Okay.
There you go. So he wants Lex Luthor to give him some kind of heads up on how he can detect where this portal is, because he wants it. Meanwhile, back in the alternate reality, Chris is really pissed off at Hardcore because she's traversed a dimension to come and get him back. And he's like, fuck you, I'm happy here. And they have this big old thing about he loves her, she won't admit it, and she actually welled up a little bit. And just as she was about to tell Chris maybe that she loved him, this guy says, oh, you're all clear now, ma'am. So meanwhile, back in our reality, Rick Flag Sr. says to Bordeaux that he's got a way of figuring out where the dimensional portal is and how to detect it more effectively. And she says, what does he get? Oh, well, he gets to go to a different prison. Meanwhile, other Adrian and our Adrian are having a conversation. I'll flip-flop between these two. And he's like, oh, Peacemaker's my best friend. And he's like, what? Fucking hate Peacemaker. And our Adrian's like, what? He's my best friend. Meanwhile, old Chocolate Chuckles has gone for a bit of a walk to clear her head, and she drives this woman drives past and looks like she needs to take a shit. Abba-dabba-dabba-dabba-babba-dee says like, well, what the fuck's going off? What's going off here then? So anyway, White Dragon comes back. Economos is still there, and he's a typical fucking pushover. He's such a fucking neckbeard. So he's shitting his pants. Meanwhile, this guy's like, he's seeing double. Somebody's just walked past him. I think you can guess where we're going with this. It's the other Hardcore. And he's like, what the fuck? Meanwhile, back in the other reality, not our reality, but their reality, this woman's pulled up from that car, and she's like, look over there. And she's like, what the fuck? And it's not going to end well. Because what did Z say the other week? That in this reality, there's no black people or any people of any colour or diversity.
Wow. Yeah, we've all been saying it, but this is James Gunn going, ha, you're a racist. You didn't notice, except everybody noticed.
Well, it was a white trap, wasn't it? To catch us in our white privilege.
He still made it the most perfect universe of all those, so the joke's kind of on him.
So everybody's running towards Abba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba, and they're all going together. Meanwhile, back at Argus, Chris notices something on the US flag, and he's like, what the fuck? Ta-da! Big shocker. We're in Nazi USA. Didn't see that coming. Meanwhile, Economos gets a butter knife in his hand, and he tells White Dragon everything. He doesn't. White Dragon's not even asked him a question. Economos just spills everything. We're from another reality where Peacemaker killed your son, took his place, and we're here to get him back. So, like, White Dragon's like, what the fuck? So that's not going to bode well, is it? Meanwhile, at Argus, Hardcore 1 calls out Hardcore, and it's going to be bad shit for her. Meanwhile, oh, Jesus, how can she run with those tits? I'm surprised she didn't knock herself out with those knockers. All I'm getting through my head is that dun 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 dun. That Hunger Strikes. What advert was that? Was it for Shreddies?
I can't even remember that. God, jeez.
But to say she's a fat lass, she has a unique ability. She can really run. I wonder why. And that's the end of that. That's how Peacemaker ended this week.
Oh.
And I thought it was really, really rather jolly good. I laughed a heck of a lot in this. And I think that was James Gunn setting people like me so he could call me out as being a racist and that I should check my white privilege. I have, as a white person, right, I live technically, right, this is for your benefit, Istophobos. My neck of the country is pretty much considered redneck land, right? Even though I'm not quite in the north and south are different in this country. The south is posh in the UK, and the north is where the hillbillies live, like me, right? So I'm technically classed... Swappers, I don't know why you're fucking laughing. I mean, you're at the bottom of the East Midlands, so technically you're posh.
Yeah, we're kind of right in the middle, really, right on the border.
Thing is, though, I'm classed as in the East Midlands too, but I'm on the border of South Yorkshire, right? So we don't get the same privilege what you get in Leicestershire. Yeah.
No,
quite posh down there, you see. Hello to MC when you finally get the re-rub. Do you know he's a top guy. So anyway, Ista, where I am, I'm technically a fucking hillbilly and a redneck. So, nobody's ever given me anything because of me being white. Not fucking once. In fact, if anything, over the last 15 to 20 years, I've lost out to other people because they had, colour privilege.
Yep.
Why isn't that being called out? Why is that not being called out as a thing?
I used to live in England back when it was
I am sorry.
You would want to live into. No,
Nobody wants
80s.
To be here now.
Yeah, this was the 80s where Soho was fun.
And the AIDS was plentiful.
Yeah, it was a little before that, but yeah.
Do you know something? People only come here for the beer and the bitches. That's all it is now. It's like going to a ball game coming to this country. You just come for the freebies, what get chucked into the crowd. Usually it's white women.
There's definitely no white privilege in this country.
There is fuck all white privilege.
And not really here either.
And I hate to get political, but there's a bit of a hoo-ha about digital IDs at the moment. And everybody's saying, we don't want digital IDs. We'll kick up a fuss if they bring that in. Well, big shocker, everybody. It was brought in fucking June. Nobody noticed. This was rolled in right under everybody's noses. It's all signed and a done deal, and if you don't comply, you will lose out. We are fucked. We are proper fucked in this country now, Esther. This used to be a green and pleasant land, and now it's fucked completely.
They haven't rolled out the app yet, though, have they?
It
doesn't matter.
They knew you weren't going to kick up a fuss because you didn't do it when they laid Sharia law on you, so you're not going to do it now.
Well, technically, despite there being quite a few courts of that in this country, they don't actually have any jurisdiction. So they say. Anyway, I am moving far, far away from this now. Far, far away. Because I want to move on to other things. Because we've done quite well tonight, really. Not bad. We could have gone on a bit of a tangent. I don't do that anymore now. I used to go on other people's streams. I used to go on tangents. Funny thing is, I don't get asked to go on people's streams anymore now. It's weird, that.
It was the tangents.
I don't know. I feel at the moment, just between me, you, and everybody else, I feel like a bit of a pariah on the streaming scene all of a sudden, and I don't know why. I reach out to people and I'm washing my hair. I'm having my toenails clipped. My dog's having its anal glands squozed because they're impacted.
Oh, there's a lot
I get such the bizarre excuses.
I remember when impacted anal glands used to be fun.
Yeah. Anyway, at the risk of a copyright strike, and I couldn't see why Disney would have a beef particularly because they're promoting this. Do you think I'll get away with 1 minute and 34 of the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer?
Try it.
Or should I just think, fuck it and go for it anyway?
Oh, it's funny. Disney seems to be the one company that doesn't strike people for that.
Oh, it did me on Alien Earth quite heavily.
Well, I guess it's technically still Fox. I don't know. Personally, I don't think it's worth it because it's not like it's any good. You're not really...
Shh, don't spoil the fun because we can rip this fucker to shreds for at least 40 minutes.
If you stop it every 10 seconds, I think you might be all right.
Yeah. Well, here we go then. Who's really going to waste money to go and see this shit?
Oh, God. I'm not even going to give it my time for free.
I don't think Ruin would have made an appearance for that. Do you?
No, definitely not. That it just looks exactly like a trailer that we would have got for season 4.
This just looks like a holiday special they made. And to include Sigourney Weaver, that's a bit of a travesty in my book.
Well, she literally does anything these days, doesn't she? I think.
Head. Can you imagine that? Getting a blowjob off Sigourney Weaver.
Not these days, no.
No. As Dana Barrett. There is no Dana, only Soul.
Now you're talking, yeah. Happily, especially if she's Dana.
Dana Barrett, any day of the week. Hey, a three-way with Dana Barrett and Ripley.
Confusing, but ultimately rewarding.
Technically, you're not cheating.
Especially if Zool's involved.
She's going to be busy this year because not only has she got this on the boil, but we've also got the 2 fucking Avatar loads of bollocks. The one that's coming out this Christmas, and I'm guessing the other one's going to come out, the Christmas after.
Probably a year later, yeah.
Oh dear. The chat are loving it. I notice in there that Atom says, thanks, I hate it. Oldest Gamer says there's so much wrong with this trailer. Gavin Blackburn says, Disney, please take my money. Are you fucking drunk or what?
Must be.
Jesus. Come on, guys. Give me your honest opinion. Don't hold back. You've got the opportunity. You're up on the screen. So do not hold back in the slightest. I don't think me and Destron will be going anywhere to see this.
I think they've put off a lot of people, haven't they, with season 3?
Yeah. Although, saying that, though, there will be no Friday night shite on the 10th because we're going to see Tron Ares. But we're doing it for the sake of the channel. Looking forward to that. Franco, it's fucking shit. Honest? Is that your honest critique? Don't hold back, Franco. Oldest Gamer says, Trev, the Razor Crest in the opening scene was blown up by Moff Gideon. Was it the Razor Crest? I thought it was his new one.
No, the Razor Crest was blown up in season 2, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his new one. The one he got from that woman who looked like Joe Pesci.
Yeah,
that was the Naboo starfighter he got from her.
That's right.
Yeah, it was the converted N1. That's right. I knew they were going to do another Razor Crest. I knew it straight away though, because they did a what do you call it? A HasLab crowdfunder thingy.
Oh yeah.
When it came out, and a load of people that bought it were pissed off that the ship got destroyed.
Yeah,
right,
and
they'll receive their toy.
A single seat fighter isn't really all that convenient for a fucking bounty hunter.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah. So,
and you know, to say they've made this for IMAX, I bet you any money I see it via other means. Yar.
I wouldn't even watch this on a cathode ray TV. Download for free from a Korean trailer.
No, they made this for TV, and then they just upscaled
cash grab.
IMAX.
It was cash grab. That's all it is. It's pure Disney. Like I said, it just looks like a holiday special. That's all it looks like. And they thought, hang on a minute, we're not going to get a season 3 or a season 4. I don't even know what fucking season it's on now because I stopped watching it, to be fair. What season is it on now, Swappers?
This would be season 4, but obviously they opted out making seasons now and just thought they'd stick a movie on because they needed a movie in theatres.
So that's all this is. It's season 4 as a movie.
It will be, yeah. It'll be a cut down season 4 into 2 hours on screen as a film instead. Which is basically, they could have done this with the first 2 seasons, to be honest with you, because there was a shitload of filler.
The thing is, though, it's better than 10 hours of episodes when you can just have 2 hours of condensed, take all the fucking bloat, take all the bollocks out, and then deliver it straight as this. Why didn't they do this with every season? And then people had the choice.
Yeah, in that respect, they may create something passable to watch. If it was stretched over an entire season, it would be just god-awful tedium and not going anywhere. A bit like Alien Earth, where you're thinking, like, well, come on, then, show us something. Nothing's happening in this episode. Just like there was with Ahsoka. That was most of the Ahsoka show.
Somebody needs to put some reality into Disney because they don't fear not making money. I don't understand. The shareholders must be losing their shit, something chronic. Why aren't people losing their fucking minds? If I was a Disney investor, I would want Bob Iger's bollocks on a fucking plate with a side of HP sauce. Really?
Because they don't
get paid off by.
No, they don't know they're losing money because they don't break down the finances that way. They don't have to break.
The shareholders, they know what fucking dividend they're getting every quarter. Honestly, you're telling me these people don't know basic mathematics? Well, anybody with half a fucking brain would sit down with their accountants and say, look, this Disney investment might not have been the best thing to do after all. You are losing shitloads of cash every year. You've put all this money in. You are getting fuck all return because they just keep piling out crap. It's streaming dog shit. Pile after fucking pile after fucking pile. And people, they persist. They keep making these fucking shit fucking products out of fucking franchises they've completely fucked dry. They fucking milk everything so bastard dry, and yet they're still pulling at the fucking teat relentlessly. They don't fucking stop, and they just keep fucking doling out all this crap. Who's watching it? People aren't fucking subscribing to Disney Plus for this shit. People aren't going to cinemas. They're fucking oversaturated with this crap beyond fucking belief. People are tired. People are drained. This is beyond fatiguing. People have lost all fucking interest in Disney and all this bollocks they keep spewing out, ruining fucking franchises left, right, and fucking centre. I know that IP was good 20 years ago. It's got a loyal fan base. We'll buy it. We'll fucking milk it. We'll fucking screw it up. We'll give it to all these upcoming directors who've got all these grandiose ideas. And what did they do with it in the end? They turn it into a fucking massive shit show. And then you've got people going, oh, Noah, that's the most fantastic fucking thing we've ever seen in 20, 30 years. You're the saviour. You make Ridley Scott look like Jeremy Beadle's left hand. What a load of fucking bollocks. What the fucking hell Kool-Aid are these people fucking drinking to honestly believe that their products are that good? They are not. People are tired. People are disenfranchised with franchises. They're fucking done. Disney is so fucking morally bankrupt, they don't see it. Bob Iger's sat there. How much money is he getting a year? He's heading the fucking ship. He's the captain of the ship. He's there to steer them in the right direction. Why hasn't anybody said, look, Bob, you've had a good run. Let's take the keys off Grandad. Maybe it's time to go and fucking sit down and go and have a nice cup of fucking tea or something. Sit in the corner. You know, end of the day, you know. They're just fucking destroying the franchises we grew up with, the franchises we loved, the franchises that we've invested so much of our time into because we loved them. The love has gone. It's just product. It's just cash. At the end of the day, they're chucking money so fast at the wall, nothing's fucking sticking. They must be so far in the fucking red, it's unreal. Why? Why persist?
Well, you mentioned shareholders earlier on, and if you look at them, who the majority shareholder is BlackRock. So they're the ones paying for all this shit.
Yeah, but why?
Because
even they've got to know it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of everybody's effort.
Exactly why they're doing it. Because if you listen to Larry Fink and what he said, World Economic Forum discussion, he said that they want to change public behavior. They want to force behaviors in Western society. And basically what he's saying there is like, you will like our shit because that's all you're going to get, because we want to push propaganda in your faces and you're going to watch what we're going to tell you. We're not going to give you what you want. We're going to give you what we want you to have. And he said this for years and years and years, and now you've seen the fruition of it in every single thing they release. Disney do nothing but buy up other IPs that are really successful before they buy it, turn it to shit. And they turned it to shit for a reason, because they want everyone miserable. They want everyone pissed off. They want everyone divided. They don't want people satisfied. They don't want people entertained. They want to have people's money because they know that they've got all these franchises that everyone likes and wants and loves, but they won't give them the payoff. They won't give them the product they want. But they just inch them out a little bit, saying, oh, but next season we'll give you what you want. We'll give you a tease of this character. We'll give you this with this toy. We'll give you this movie coming up somewhere down the line. It's going to be great, honest. And then when it comes along, it's a bag of dog shit, just like the last 3 or 4. So there's just bait and switch, like we said earlier on. That's all it is. And it's all controlled by the majority shareholder, which is BlackRock. And BlackRock are trying to mind control in basically all of Western society, anyone that subscribes to modern entertainment and the media and the internet. Video games, comics, books, TV, movies, you name it. Anyone that subscribes to any of that kind of entertainment, they want to control people and their opinions via entertainment and via what was it BlackRock's Larry Fink said. He said we want to force behaviors. So to force behaviors, you have to plug everyone with propaganda every 5 minutes. And now Disney own practically everything, and BlackRock even own everything else other that Disney don't own. They've got the right, they've got the absolute legal right to do this on every front. So basically, they've got it sewn up. So Disney's just a subsidiary, and they're doing BlackRock's bidding with all this stuff and all this shit that they're pumping out. So the Acolyte, Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Kenobi, Mandalorian season 2, 3, whatever it was, season 3. Whatever new films they've got coming up, the fucking Rey movie, Starfighter, whatever else they've got planned, they're all got to be guaranteed to be shit. It's just like Alien, Romulus, shit, Alien Earth, shit. Next fucking Marvel film, Doomsday, it's going to be shit. All of it is going to be shit. And we call it shit, but other people might sort of see it as mediocre and passable. But we know that these things are capable of being great and not mediocre. So they're just like keeping it at just a certain level, so people don't aren't enraged by it, and they'll just accept it and drink it and sort of go, yeah, but it was okay. I can live with it. So they're just giving us just a tawdry, oatmeal, mediocre level of entertainment. That's all it is now. And it's all propaganda and mind control through entertainment. That's all it is. Just follow the money, all goes to BlackRock. That's why they're doing it. Just
as an aside, I'm glad I made the screen look like this, but the only downside is I can't take my eyes off Phobos' fucking animation. That arse is rather enticing, but you make very valid points there. And a lot of folk do say you're a bit tinfoil hat swaps, but a lot of what you say it is correct. And I do believe that
conspiracy theory and the news and reality.
Larry Fink does like to think he's the god of the world at the moment. So much so he's now a part of the WEF. No surprise to anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are not going to go down the rabbit hole because, knowledge, like Zen said, has to be earned. And people need to make enough mistakes to figure out where they're going wrong. I'm going to call it. Just a quickie. Just whoa. Nice shooting text. I'm going to call it at 5:30. But Phobos, you've been quite quiet on this. As our resident boomer with a very nice arse on your avatar, what do you feel about this whole situation?
You guys covered it.
Okay, we nailed it. Right, that's the end of the show, guys. Thank you ever so much for... No, I'm sure we can get another 9 minutes out of this. Just wrap things up nicely. But no, I've got it all off my chest now. That did me a power of good. I think
there's a lot of people that feel exactly the same way, Trev, and that's why they like tuning into streams like this, is because they can't say it. So they'll, it's cathartic to hear someone else vent on the subject, because it's got to come out once every so often. Otherwise,
I did get rather enthusiastic at one point, so I did have to be mindful and rein myself in just a tiny bit. But it needed saying. It needed it for my own sanity. But I don't like the fact that there's a lot of people with a lot of money and a lot of control. We don't need people like that in society. There's no... See, people now buy their way to the table. And John Carpenter, his film They Live, actually became the manifesto for 21st century... Well, from the 80s, really. It's become the manifesto for our way of life on this planet.
I think of that movie more and more every day.
How did he get it all right? Maybe he saw something in Hollywood that inspired him to create the story.
I think he's had what they call the inside of baseball.
Yeah, I think he's seen it firsthand and he thought that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, a lot of people keep saying I should redux a lot of the Monday Night Mayhem movies in just great movies.
Yeah.
So I think in the next year, I think we might go deeper on They Live and possibly redo Aliens, because a lot of people keep saying, yeah, do that. And I'll take everything on board. If you want to let me know your suggestions, best way to do it is to email me. It's actually.trevretro@gmail.com. That's actually.trevretro@gmail.com. Let me know what you think. Anything sent to me in private will be treated in the strictest of confidence. And maybe PCB Way might want to send me a sponsorship offer. That'd be great. Sorry, I watch a lot of gaming repair videos, and everybody gets sponsored by PCB Way. Like some people get the earbud adverts on their channels. I'm looking forward to the day when somebody offers me a bit of a sponsorship. That'd be great. Keep the lights on.
Keep plugging away, mate. Keep plugging away. It's either that or create your own pot knacker company. And then you can
Greg's, if you're listening, I'm a big fan of the sausage rolls. So if you want to do a deal, you can pay me in sausage rolls as long as they're warm. Maybe one of those. I like those sausage and potato thingies. What they do, the corned beef hash doofs. They're all right. I don't mind them at all. Is stealing from Greg still a thing? Do we know?
I don't know, but I know the company that owns the majority of Greg's is BlackRock. So
oh, for fuck's sake, you and your conspiracy theories, swappers.
That's
we love it.
You can go look that one up, mate.
I don't doubt it. Maybe they're putting something in sausage rolls to keep us controlled. Hey, that's an interesting thing. You know the company behind these digital IDs, don't you? Did you know the primary company behind them, right, was set up as a shell company of the CIA? Let that one sink in. There you go. Just to go back onto the stream we did on Just Great Movies this past Tuesday, we did Sneakers, and Ben Kingsley's line at the end says, "It's all about control. Whoever controls the flow of information controls everything, Marty." Mm-hmm. And it's true. You know, that is the greatest power in society right now. If you control the information, you can deliver it to people in a way that suits your narrative best. It's funny how a lot of things in life are coming back to conspiracy theories.
Yeah, and who owns the companies that tell you it's a really good time to buy Disney stock?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. No, I think everybody... I know it sounds a bit grapey, but now is a good time to pull out of Disney.
Pulled out a long time ago.
I've never been there, to be fair. I've actually got cooties, so I didn't bother.
Yeah, I pulled out in 2017 when I found out I'd contracted The Last Jedi.
Oh dear, that was the gift that kept on giving, wasn't it? I wish we'd have started doing this shit around that time, because I think things would have been a lot more entertaining for us, if you know what I mean, because that was like the last of the golden era of YouTube, I think.
Yeah.
I think now YouTube is an ecosystem in decline, and there's nothing out there because, you know, you've got platforms like Rumble, and they can't compare at all. And to do anything on there, everything's pay to play. And the content on there is shit, apart from Tomby. And I used to like watching B-sides on there too. You know, that I was only there for streaming and Tomby and B-sides. That was it. Looking forward to B-sides. I'll be giving that a re-rub tomorrow. Hello to Atom Gray, he's in the chat somewhere. Thank you for popping along. Hey, the chat's been absolutely bob on tonight. Here we go. Atom Gray says, "Cheers all. Drop by B-side later. Sorry, I'll have my hands on my dick and I'll be fast away in the land of Nod. You can sleep when you're Minecraft." Oh no, I'm all right. I need some sleep, to be fair. I've been running on fumes all week. Ooh, that was nice. Are you all right? Are you all right, Istophobos? That sounded like you banged yourself in quite a painful way.
Just cracking my shoulder. So Disney, around 75% of Disney stock is owned by institutional investors. And you asked, are the shareholders that stupid? And actually, I would say, yes, they are.
Yeah.
But all of this could be solved by a single law. All they have to do is, because, see, BlackRock doesn't own anything. BlackRock manages other people's money that own Disney. All they would have to do is take away the ability for the institutions that control the shareholder money to have voting rights and says in the company.
Yeah.
Now, so if you're in a BlackRock or a Vanguard fund and you have Disney, you cast your vote. But BlackRock doesn't get a vote. They don't get a say, because essentially they own 15% of every company. They are the competition. And that's why the entire system at this point is not tenable.
Do you know, that is really scary to understand.